G'day YouTubers, Devil's Prodigy here bringing you another battle report. This time we have High Elves versus Skaven, 1000 points, and the battle is Battle for the Pass. Okay, now we'll go into deployment. Okay, Snap's Skaven army first. He's got a Doom Wheel, then he has 2 Rat Ogres with a Pack Master, a Rattling Gun, 20 slaves with a Standard Bearer and a Boss, with the Warlock Engineer who has a Dispel Scroll and a Warp Lock Musket. Then he has 20 Storm Vermin with shields with a Standard Bearer and a Boss, and the Chieftain is in there who has a Talisman of Preservation, Warrior's Bane and Shield. A Poison Wind Mortar, 20 Clan Rats with a Standard Bearer Boss with shields, and lastly a Lightning Cannon. Now we have Og's High Elf army, and he has 10 Swordmasters with a Blade Lord, Musician and Standard Bearer, a Repeater Bolt Thrower. Then we have 10 Lothan Sea Guard with a Seamaster, a Musician and a Standard Bearer, 20 Spearmen with a Sentinel, a Musician, Standard Bearer and the Banner of Eternal Flame. And lastly, in the tower in his deployment zone, he's put 18 archers with Hawkeye, Musician, Standard Bearer and a Mage who has the Dispel Scroll and the Ruby Ring of Ruin. After several dice rolls, Snap finally won the right to go first. He moved all his units forward and then he fired his magic Warp Lightning at the Sea Guard and killed 4 of the Sea Guard warriors. They failed their panic test and fled 7 inches. The Doom Wheel then failed its leadership and zapped his Rat Ogres and killed one of the Rat Ogres. And his Warp Lightning cannon fired at the Sea Guard and misfired. He got a meltdown and the cannon blew up, and that was the end of the cannon. Went into the High Elf turn, there was no movement, the Sea Guard rallied, the magic, a 3 was rolled, yep, definitely my old dice, and everything else was out of range. Shooting the Repeater Bolt Thrower killed some slaves, and that was the end of turn 1. Turn 2 begins. The Rat Ogres fail their leadership, so they have to charge the Spearmen, but they fail to reach them. The Clan Rats move into the building, and the Dispel Scroll is used in the magic phase by Og, so no magic is cast. In the shooting phase, the Doom Wheel passes its leadership so it doesn't have to shoot, and the Mortar misses the Sea Guard. In the High Elves turn 2, the Swordsmen charge the Doom Wheel but fail. The Spearmen then elect to charge the Slaves, but they elect to flee. And so they try to redirect into the Rat Ogre, but they fail to reach him. In the magic phase, Og does a lot better and he gets 12 dice, so he casts Soul Quench, but it's dispelled. He then casts Fireball, and it kills 1 Clan Rat. The Sea Guard then shoot and kill the Rattling Gun, and the archers cause 1 wound to the Rat Ogre. The Repeater fires, but it misses. In turn 3, the Slaves rally. The Rat Ogre fails its leadership and has to charge, but he fails his charge again. The Doom Wheel moves towards the Swordsmasters. In the magic phase, Warp Lightning is cast and it kills 2 more Sea Guard, and they again fail their leadership test and their panic test and flee 7 inches. In the shooting phase, the Poison Wind Mortar misses, and the Doom Wheel does kills 3 Swordmasters, and they fail their panic test and they flee 4 inches. In the High Elves turn, both of the fleeing units rally. The Spearman charges the Rat Ogre. In the magic phase, Og gets 9 dice, but he fails his first spell, so no more magic. In the shooting phase, the Bolt Thrower kills 4 Storm Vermin, and the archers kill 3 Clan Rats. In the close combat phase, the Spearmen just absolutely obliterate the Rat Ogre, and that's the end of him. Into turn 4. In turn 4, the Slaves and the Storm Vermin charge the Spearmen. The Doom Wheel smashes into the Swordsmasters, and we move into the shooting phase. In the shooting phase, the Doom Wheel kills 3 Swords Masters. And then we move to close combat, and in the close combat phase against the Doomwheel and the Swords Masters, the 4 impact hits from the Doomwheel kill the remaining Swords Masters. This causes the bolt thrower repeater guys to panic, and they dive under the war machine for cover. In the close combat between the Spearmen and the Slaves and Storm Vermin, the Spearmen win the combat, and the Slaves and the Storm Vermin flee. However, Og fails to catch the Storm Vermin. In High Elves turn 4, the High Elves charge the Storm Vermin and they catch them. In the magic phase, Og fails to cast Soul Quench again, and so that's the end of the magic. And in the shooting phase, the Archers and the Bolt Thrower Repeater both try and shoot the Doomwheel but fail to do any wounds. Okay, turn 5. This is a bit of a funny phase, this one. The Slaves, they flee their rally test, and they actually flee right in front of where the High Elves Spearmen are, which is quite convenient for Og. The Doomwheel then smashes into the Bolt Thrower Repeater, and in the shooting phase, the Doomwheel kills one of the Bolt Thrower crew, and in the close combat phase, the impact hits just obliterate the rest of the crew, so that's the end of the Bolt Thrower. In High Elves turn 5, the Spearmen charge the Slaves and they catch them. And in the magic phase, Soul Quench is dispelled, and the fireball from the Ruby Ring of Ruin kills 2 clan rats. The archers also kill 2 clan rats, and that is the end of turn 5. Turn 6, sorry I don't have any photos, but I do have a video coming up shortly. The Doomwheel moves closer to the Sea Guard, and in the shooting phase it kills 1 Sea Guard. The Poison Wind Mortar shoots at the Sea Guard but misses. In High Elf turn 6, the Sea Guard charges the Poison Wind Mortar. Then the magic phase, Soul Quench is dispelled, and the fireball is shot at the clan rats and it kills 2. The Archers miss the clan rats, and in close combat the Sea Guard obliterate the Poison Wind Mortar, which causes the clan rats in the building to test for panic.
5!
He made it! He saved them! So that is the end of the game. We've got Spearmen left over. We've got these rats in the building. What are they?
Plain rats.
Plain rats. We've got
Sea
some
Guard.
Sea Guard over there.
Relieved is what they are.
Doomwheel, and in this building is the
Wizard.
Wizard and the Archers. So that is it. Game over. Hope you enjoyed this battle report. See ya.